Well, hello everyone. I'm every man you've ever met, seen, or thought about. And undates are coming at you. And now for our top story. It's the end of the world. For millennia, mankind has had this deep-seated fear that his world would end. Most recently, well, there's a list that we could review. Let me see if I can keep it straight. We have evangelist Harold Camping predicting May 21st, 2011 as Judgment Day and the end of the world. When that didn't happen, it was rescheduled for October 21st, 2011. And of course now it's November and that didn't happen either. And of course we have the comet Elenin flyby, and then it disintegrated and vanished and went away. That was supposed to spark earthquakes around the world and destroy life as we know it on September 26th, 2011. And then there's that pesky old Mayan calendar. Some believe it comes to an end on the 21st of December 2012, but there are others that say it was October 28th, 2011. So are the four horsemen of the apocalypse experiencing a failure to launch, or are we experiencing a failure to understand? You know, the word apocalypse means the removal of a mask, revealing a hidden identity. This business of the return of Christ is your business because it's talking about you. So if you're wondering what it is we're trying to show ourselves, well, we're trying to show ourselves. And instead of endless speculation about what may or may not happen, let's take a look at some facts, shall we? On this planet that we call Earth, there are 7 billion peepholes. That's right, 7 billion. And every 24 hours, 154,995 of these peepholes, well, they do what we call die. Now that's at an interval of every 0.56 seconds. So if you're wearing a watch, look at the second hand, and every time it moves, 2 peepholes experience the end of the world. It goes something like this. It's the end of the world for 2 people, 1,000. It's the end of the world for 2 people, 1,000. It's the end of the world for 2 people, 1,000. And so forth, and so on. So instead of endless fearful speculation about an event that occurs for 2 people every second, maybe we should learn from this that life not only is what we are, but should be embraced. And when you know that life is what you are, well, let me tell you, you can't lose yourself, because everywhere you go, there you are. And as our unveiling continues, we're going to come to a place where we realize that death is a mental and emotional addiction that we've bought into. And concerning the signs of the times, well, don't miss one of the most important things that's really unveiling as far as I'm concerned. Sometimes, well, to see what is, we have to look closely at what isn't. And that brings us to our next story.
Dateline, Washington, D.C. We have someone using the White House for target practice. 9 shots were fired, 1 window was slightly damaged, and no one was injured. The first family was out of the country. The authorities have arrested Oscar Romero Ortega Hernandez. It seems that Oscar is battling with, well, a couple of ideas. On the one hand, he believes President Obama to be the Antichrist. And then on the other, well, let's let him speak for himself.
You see, Oprah, there is still so much more that God needs me to express to the world. It's not just a coincidence that I look like Jesus. I am the modern day Jesus Christ that you all have been waiting for. So I ask you, Oprah, better yet, I'm begging you, Oprah. Please cast me onto your show, Oprah. It is so crucial that the world hears God's word for the fate of humanity, for the fate of mankind, for the fate of me seeing my son grow older.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it up to you to decide whether or not Christ has returned to the earth and then drops to his knees, begging Oprah for an opportunity to be heard. I love Oprah. And then, well, if that doesn't work out, whip out a rifle and start firing. Now, just what is it that makes Oscar such a grouch? For you Bible buffs, you'll find it interesting that the word Antichrist, first of all, means other than Christ, not opposite to. And secondly, that word is found 5 times in the New Testament, and 5 out of 5 times it is not speaking concerning a single individual or a single human, but rather a spirit that influences humanity. Now, I wonder just what that spirit would influence humanity to do. The old book says that this spirit sets himself up in the temple of God, proclaiming itself to be God. It goes on to say that what you perceive to be your body is the temple of God. But there's this voice in the head. It says, I'm other than Christ. I'm other than you. I'm other than Obama. I'm other. I'm other. Now, I wonder what that little voice could be. Next in our Unspotlight, I love this story. United Colors of Benetton launched the unHATE campaign, complete with an unHATE foundation. I love that, don't you? And for some reason, I kind of like all the doctored photos that somebody did to raise awareness of unHATE. It seems they took the photographs of world leaders and put them with presumed enemies and had them, well, kiss them in the mouth. Of course, the idea behind it is to promote reconciliation. And, well, I guess if you can't love somebody, you can at least unHATE them. But then there's the reaction of the Vatican. It seems the Holy Father didn't see the humor in all of it. Legal action was threatened, and the company decided to take down all of those pictures. The rest of the world leaders remain lip-locked for everyone to gaze upon. And just when Rome thought it was safe to sleep at night, another photograph emerged. It seems one of their neighbors to the north had a little different idea in mind.
Well, weighing in on this issue is the center of the controversy himself. Santa Man, it's good to see you. Well, hello, ho, ho, every man. It's good to see you too. Santa Man, why do you suppose that the Vicar of Christ would be so highly offended by being depicted as kissing a perceived enemy? Well, every man, things aren't as they seem always. You know, maybe he's just a little low on his fruits, nuts, and candy. Santa Man, Elaine Erskine writes in, wondering why you didn't kiss him on the mouth like everybody else did. Well, I would have, every man, but I was taking this opportunity to try to teach my little buddy how to turn the other cheek. Well, good for you, Santa Man. Hey, I noticed you're looking a little thinner there. Thank you for noticing, every man. I've decided to love myself even more, and I'm making some big life changes. Well, you're looking pretty buff there. Thank you, every man. Wait till you see me next Christmas, while I'm transforming my pony keg into a 6-pack.
Guys, I just want to encourage you. But do you need a minute? Heather, are you going to be all right after that last Santa shot? I just want to encourage you as you look at your story and you look at all the other stories around to pay attention to your heart. You have a beautiful, strong, courageous heart, and you know what's real and what's right, and you can see division, and you can see through a lot of the smoke screens. So just do that and be the change that you want to see in the world. Like Gun tells us, when one rises, we all rise. And there's nobody here but you. I buy my chocolate from every man. You should too.